like tell them about God, like what you learned from church, and you can restore their life, and they can be reborn if they haven't been reborn.
Amen. Amen. Come on, man. You had something on that. They asked you to smoke weed.
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna tell him to stop it. I was just gonna walk away. If he don't listen to me, God might talk to him, but I don't know.
I got you. So you gonna walk away?
Yeah.
All right. Can I get a parent comment?
Back to the question for the young people: how do you distinguish? How do you determine that someone is bad? And I guess my question is, you have to see if their way of thinking is in agreement with the way in which you think. Now, sometimes it's hard to distinguish because they might just do one bad thing and not a whole group of bad things. Or we might say, oh, well, that's not that bad. But I guess for them, that's a hard question to answer because I might try to say that, smoking weed isn't bad until you get caught. Or, I mean, these are questions that they're going, oh, he's good, he helps his grandmother, he lives with his grandmother, he takes out the trash, he washes the car. But the only thing he does is he's versatile. So, I mean, it's really...
Oh, you know what that is? I was lost.
It's really...
You know what that is?
What's
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got to teach what verse is.
That's a tough question for them to even answer because you get into splitting hairs of what is really bad. Because society says things are not as bad as we as parents might make them to be when actually they really are. But because there's so many other outside forces, so as a teenager, you have to distinguish, okay, does this line up with what my mother or what my parents have taught me? They said, don't steal, don't drink, don't do drugs. But also, what if nobody sees it? Last week, Anthony was sharing that he had been doing something and he didn't even think it was that bad until his mama called him. And it wasn't until that happened that he realized really how terrible it was. And so sometimes it's hard to split hairs and say, because your friend might have a lot of really good qualities. He might be a great football player or basketball player, but man, he run with versatile. All
right, Jason. First, you got to translate. Do you know what versatile is? Oh, you don't? I don't know, man.
Oh, here we go.
What's versatile? I have no clue. Like a gang, like a click. Oh, it's like a click. Oh, it's a gang. Oh, like a Houston gang or something. Oh, that's a versatile.
T-Y-G.
Oh, you know what it is? What is it? What is it?
I got kids.
Okay. It's who?
Some T-Y-G.
Throw young gangsters.
Tempting young goons.
There you go.
What is it? What?
Tempting young goons.
Okay, so that's the game.
That's a game.
All right. Now, let's come back to the question, Jason. Rephrase the question in the A part again on how do you choose a healthy friend? What's the difference between good and bad? Give us some of your youthful comments on that before they give a further comment.
What distinguishes bad from good? You have to use that inner voice that tells you, I should not be doing this. This is bad for my health. This could have consequences. This would put me in a compromising situation. It's all, and you know what that voice is because y'all are preteens and it's already been instilled in you. And the reason I know that is because you're here today. Something's been instilled in you to bring you to this part in your life where you're coming regularly to hear the word.
Give us an example in your own life, if you don't mind being transparent, when behavior was counterproductive to success. Because I heard you came and talked about being successful. So when certain behavior was counterproductive to being successful, and certain behavior, whether it felt good or bad, seemed to produce success. What were some of those examples that you either performed in your life or some of your friends performed?
I'll give you an example. Something you may not realize is bad. Making fun of somebody. You're in a classroom setting, and you're in a couple of your friends getting a laugh out of making fun of another member of your classroom. We've done that lots of times, your mama jokes and stuff like that. But you don't realize the hurt or the stress you're putting on that individual in which you're making fun of, but you have the whole classroom laughing at you. You're gaining popularity off of somebody's misery.
That's a good one. Ask them what they think about that.
What you think about that?
It's good until it's like it's funny until like somebody really gets hurt.
It happened to you.
Until it happened to you.
Until everybody's laughing, even the person that's getting made fun of starts laughing at first, but then always somebody who takes it to that next level, and you say something about that dude's mama or something like that, and they mama in the hospital. You don't know that. You just having fun. So it gets to the point where y'all have an exchange of words, and exchange of words escalates into physical altercation. What do you do then?
Let me switch gears real quick.
Okay, switch gears, bro.
We're going into second.
We said about your friends and you think friends are not friends, but you'll never know. The person you think is your friend will be the same person who will talk behind your back, put you in the dirt. And the friends you don't think you're friends, be the one that really your friend, is the one you treat bad.
So how do you find out about that? Like, what do you do? You're that person who don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So how do you get to that point where you recognize their true colors?
Be around them.
Okay.
How they act when you see them again.
What you mean by that? That was powerful.
Like, if they was talking behind your back, and they can be talking to that person right now, and they didn't see you coming, you walk up to them and say, hey, and they be like, huh? Oh, whoa. And they be all scared because they just talking.
So if somebody were to come to you and say, man, Jason said you was this, and this, but I'm supposed to be your best friend. Do you believe that person?
No, I come and ask you. I come and ask Jason.
Did I say that?
Yeah, see if you said it.
Well, I can tell you anything.
I know. Well,
when does it get to the point to where you distance yourself from me? If I'm your best friend, but everybody telling you something.
when you start acting different.
To me, I say it's something that'll be too repetitive. If I just keep always the same situation with this certain character, you got to feel people out. You can't just, some people got bad spirits, some people have good spirits, but you just got to feel them out. And if it's something that's they doing too repetitive to you, then you know, hey, I need to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
I know this cat not for me. Maybe he mean well for somebody else, but not for me. And certain stuff like that, you just got to learn how to distinguish.
What kids have to understand, I think, today is the same things that y'all going through today, we have already been there.
Yes.
Okay? Y'all ain't doing nothing new. Y'all have not invented anything new. I had a daughter, she come to church every now and then. You will see her. Okay? She got a baby. What she done, I've already done before. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where she, I'm anemic and I love ice, and and my kids run behind me, Mama, you want some ice? Mama, you feel go lay down? And my husband, he was working the late night shift. I'll never forget that day. And she won't ever either. Okay? And she ran behind me the whole day, behind me, watching my every move. Well, guess what? You is me, and I am you. And if I tell you, I laid across my bed, I laid there 2-3 minutes, and I got up, I said, you know what? I think she could sneak out my house. And I walked right up in that room, and I told her butt up. I didn't even ask no question. Okay? And Miles and Mel and them, they running out to my mama, why? Why are you beating her? Because I said, I think she going to sneak out my house. and what I'm trying to explain to you is this. Literally, the next day, my oldest son, Mel, will say, Mama, you know what? You're right. She's going to sneak out your house. Okay, because when you have as many kids as I do, they'll tell on each other before you can even get it out. So what I'm trying to say is the same things that y'all go through today, we going through it now. We have to watch our friends and stuff that we come in contact with today, just like y'all do. You know, if you want to be in a gang called Me 5 Me. That's you. Ain't nobody can get you in trouble but you. You understand what I'm saying? Stop giving all your trust into the next person. Because the next person ain't going to be your friend. When this time and things was going on, like we was having children's church and Joe was saying that he was going to go to the store and then some told him not to go to the store and he didn't go to the store, but your friends what? They got in trouble that day. So what they tell you? That means in the long run, if he'd have went to the store, he'd have got in trouble for something that wasn't even his fault. He was just going. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the people that are around you will cause you more of a headache. Learn to open up to your parents. As parents, we need to open up to our children and have an open mind instead of being closed-minded and say, oh, we don't want to hear that. We kind of maybe need to hear what's going on because maybe we can give you that advice because we've been there. You know, we've been sneaking out. We've been on the corners. We've been tempted with marijuana or drinking, you know, and stuff like that. We've been there where y'all been. So sometimes you're thinking, oh, she on this trip. You know, she just go tripping about this. Y'all, let's go clean up so we can get up out of here. We go, you know, beat the block right quick. Think about what you're doing. Ask your parents, you know, hey, what you think about such and such? And maybe your parents might be telling you, I don't think that cat right for you. Because he might not be. But you will never know because you have a closed mind. And as parents, we have to open our minds up to believe that when our children come to us, not to shoot them away, to actually open our arms up to listen. You know, not just to be saying, well, it's like, no, maybe we need to listen because maybe one of your children is probably trying to tell you about the next child. But if we have a closed mind, we'll never understand it. We'll never hear it. Kids will tell on each other